motion sequence. Now, Arturia calls this modulation tracks. Nowadays, we all know it as motion sequence, and you have it right here. So this is the secondary function of this button. On the ARP is going to be the octaves, but on sequence is going to be the modulation tracks. So what it does behind the scenes is when we record a sequence, behind the scenes we can enable the record, and we can record maybe some motion, something like that, and that motion is going to be recorded within the sequence. So let's go back to a default patch. Let's try to record something easy. So I'm going to be going to Shift. I'm going to enable the sequence, and I'm going to be recording some notes. It doesn't matter which one, maybe some notes. It doesn't matter. I believe we have 16, so we're going to need to, complete the whole sequence. And if I play it back, we have it. Cool. So we can do this live or step by step. I'm going to show you live because it's just pretty easy to understand. I'm going to be playing it, and I'm going to be hitting the record. And it says real-time recording. We already know this. Now I'm going to be moving the filter. This is the first param we can modulate or record. And I'm going to do it. And now I'm going to release it. Now notice, I'm not touching anything, and it's modulating this behind the scenes. So it remembers what I did with this. This is the motion sequence. Now, this modulation is going to live right here. So we have up to 4 different modulation sequence. The first one now is all being occupied by the cutoff that I just did. But if I go to record and start moving the resonance, now this resonance is going to be standing on the number 2. And so on and so on and so on. I'm going to go back to record, and I can just modify the timbre. Just, something like that. And the timbre, will be recorded and modulated. And that's going to be the number 3. We can even do the type. Maybe I can go right there, change it to some other type, and then go back. Right? So pretty cool and, very useful. So now we have 4 modulation tracks on, and you can do up to 4. If you try to do another one, it's going to tell you, dude, you're full. You're not going to be able to do it. So maybe we want to delete, maybe a modulation track or do something. We want to do some editing. And yes, you can. So first, it's going to be deleting a motion sequence. So when you go right there and you tap, you're going to be going through the different modulation tracks. And right there, it's going to just tell you what you have. On that one, you're doing the param 2 of the VCO. On that one, it's blinking and it's the type. The first one is going to be the cutoff. The next one is going to be the resonance, and so on and so on. So just by tapping, you just go through the different motion sequences. Now, how can you do to delete them? How can you do that? So I'm going to go to the number 4, and I know I'm standing right there. So when you click and it's blinking, it's because you're there. So if you want to delete that one, you just press and hold, and it's just going to do something. As soon as you release it, nothing's going to happen. But if you press and hold, it's going to go that, it's going to show you that, and then you do hold. And when you do hold, it's going to blink, and it's going to delete it. Let's do it again. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to press and hold, and I'm going to do hold, and it's just going to delete it. Right, so I'm going to go to a new patch and start over again. I'm going to record a new sequence. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to do something like that, something very simple. Okay, so if I play it, we get it, right? We get it. And I'm going to go down in the, on the BPM, so we can do something, we can really hear the changes. And I'm gonna maybe change the envelope just a little bit, so we have something like that. Right. Okay, so the idea right now is that if we record a motion sequence, we can edit it, but maybe we can, record the motion step by step. And yes, we can. So I'm gonna be going to rec on. We always need to be on rec on, and this works on editing mode. So we need to go to edit mode. So when we go to rec, right there, it's gonna stand you on whatever it is that you're doing. And remember, this one is gonna scrub through the different steps. When you're going through different steps, since record it's on, you can record the sequence. Maybe move this, and it's gonna just let you hear what you're doing, maybe. And notice that the light on the number 1 is just blinking. So we are just recording the first one. So maybe this one is gonna be like this, and there we go. So I'm gonna go to step number 2, and step number 2 is gonna be all the way down. Step number 3 is gonna be all the way up, and you can record the sequence this way. instead of doing it live. And just, you have a lot more control at the end of the day just by doing this. And I'm just going randomly. We have 16 steps, which is a lot, maybe. I'm gonna go right there. Just, provide different values for this, and so on, and so on, and so on. And I'm going somewhere because I want to show you something right now. So that's the last one, and there we go. We are back to the first. And if I play it, we get it. Right? Pretty easy to understand. Now the thing is that right now, the changes, the modulation from one step to the next one is going to be this cutoff going all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. It's pretty aggressive. So we have no way of smoothing. It's pretty harsh, but we do. Now, if I go to utility within the preset option, I'm going to go to preset and you scroll all the way down, you are going to have some options like sequence 1 smooth, sequence 2 smooth, and then 4 and 3 and 4. So this is talking about the motion sequence or the modulation tracks. So if I go to the number 1 and enter to the sequence 1 smooth, it's going to tell you that it's off. So the transition of the modulation of the mod track is pretty harsh. So if I enable now the transition or the movement of the cutoff between step and the one step and the next one, it's going to be a little bit more smoother. And if we can play it, and we can easily hear that this is just trying to smooth all the different values. Now if I turn it off, it's going to be pretty harsh and smooth and harsh. So you can smooth this one, but if you wanted to, maybe you can go to the sequence number 2, don't do a smooth if you do a different value, and do it on the third, and so on and so on and so on. So you have a little bit more control on this one. Right, so I'm gonna go back right here. I'm gonna delete the motion sequence, and we have nothing. If I play it, we have pretty much nothing. We have nothing, just the key that the sequence that we recorded a second ago. All right. So can you modulate matrix values? Yes, you can. So I'm maybe gonna select the LFO and the pitch because it's something that we can really hear. And I'm gonna be enabling this value. I'm gonna be doing record, and I'm gonna be just doing some playing. And we are on real-time recording. I'm gonna be modulating this up and down. Right? So you can modulate this, and of course you can do it on a step-by-step basis, just like we did with the cutoff. So think about all the possibilities that, all the different sounds that you can create with the mod, the modulation tracks, the sequence, this very simple envelope, but then you have the cycling envelope, and then you have like 16 types of different oscillators that can create different sounds. This is a very small synth, very lightweight, very light, but the possibilities with of cheap synthesizer, which is cheap for most countries, is just amazing. Yeah, you can do a lot of things.